Hey, what's good? What's good? What's good, people? It's your girl Toya the Bossy One back this week checking in with you guys to see how you doing and how has your week been, right? So, I had a different topic that I was going to talk about with you guys this week, but I think that because I've had like a lot of things going on this weekend, I want to do a little bit more research on it just a little bit. Because I know sometimes I get sidetracked and I don't want to get sidetracked. Like I want to stay on point. I kind of want to like touch on every aspect of some of the things that I say. Like I want to make sure that I'm conveying it across correctly because I don't want to leave any, room for error or anything so that, my message can be misconstrued or received wrong. That's never the intention. Um, Darn. Okay. So, anywho, to make a long story short, I want to get up in here right fast and get this done because I just see right now that my battery is low. Did not know that. But yeah. So, first and foremost, let me just say this. On my video that I did about Jay-Z, I think that some people, which the people that I spoke with, they didn't comment on my video, but they did contact me personally, people that know me personally, and they were asking me my position on the whole thing. And let me just say this. I am not a person that will say I agree or disagree with everything that people say, but I can relate or understand where they're coming from, right? So just because I can understand or maybe I can relate to the situation doesn't mean that I just naturally endorse it or that's my feeling or I'm taking side on that. No, I'm just simply stating that I can understand where people can get their, views on certain things. And it's nothing wrong with that. So with me saying that, I'm saying that to say that I don't agree with everything that Jay-Z says. But if Jay-Z had a point on something, or if I could relate to it, or if I could understand it, I'll still say, you know what, I understand where he's coming from. Now, in this whole NFL deal as a whole, do I agree with the stance that Jay-Z has made on it? I cannot make that complete determination because I don't have all the facts. And I don't want to jump the gun like I jumped the gun before on the Colin Kaepernick situation because, it's been stated and things have come out in the, in the recent times that this whole kneeling thing started over a woman. And that was part of the reason why there was a disclosure because it was certain parts of the situation that he didn't want to get out. It wasn't even in the NFL. From my understanding, the NFL was, more transparent than Colin. So do I know this to be factual and actual? No, this is all hearsay because I'm not privy to that information because I'm not in that circle. So I'm not going to sit here and condemn Jay-Z completely over what he did. But I will state this, that we know leopards normally don't change their spots. And he's been the same type of dude through all of this. So I don't understand why people be so up in arms when he does these moves, when he makes these moves and he's moving across his life in his chessboard and how he's going to set himself up to make sure that his family is taken care of and that his legacy is solidified. I don't understand why people be so shocked over it. That's the part that gets me, is because we've seen this song and dance time and time again. We've seen it before. We've seen it, in the beginning when he had the situation with Jazzo. Okay. We seen it when he did it to Nas. We seen it when he did it to Dame Dash. We seen it when he did it to Kanye West. Like we keep seeing him do the same thing over and over and over again. And every time we like, oh shoot, Jay-Z done. Oh, did you hear about when Jay-Z? Oh, Jay-Z. And it's like, hello, are you guys awake? Are you in, the same 2019 with me? Like, if we're around the same age, you haven't checked out this pattern, And if you're missing a pattern as blaringly clear as what Jay-Z is putting out, you got to evaluate your life. It may be the reason why you're missing out on things that's right in front of you, because a lot of times things be hidden in plain sight. And because it's so obvious, we think that that's not the answer because we want to complicate and make everything complex, when it's just simple as he be getting to the money. Money. Now everybody mad. He was getting so much money, right? And everybody mad. And that's exactly what happened. He be getting to the money. And everybody mad. Everybody mad. I mean, come on. But that's not, I'm off of that, What I do want to bring to the table today is I am so tired of these full-grown kids masquerading around here. I'm tired of these full-grown boys masquerading around here. Now, let me just give y'all some background. So you guys all know, that I went through my whole situation and I had my breakup, right? So I keep saying, okay, I'm gonna go. Finally, I decided to just, really, really go out on a date, right? And it was against my own, like the gentleman that I was gonna go out with or whatever. Now he really wasn't my speed. He's not really my type. He's still like bad hood, and I'm past the. Don't get me wrong. I like a dude. I love a dude with edge to him, but I'm past the whole. You know what I'm saying? Super duper. Thugged out. Can't tell me nothing. Hood shenanigans. Like I'm past that, right? I'm past that. I'm a grown ass woman, right? So of course, you know how that goes. Like you'll be dealing with somebody and they'll be older than you, acting younger than you, right? So I was concerned about that because of the conversations that we had over the phone. They seemed, like a little, like for me, I'm just like, dude seemed like he a little, still, locked up in the life. I mean, he has a lot of good things going for him. He's a business owner. He owns his own, truck. He has his own trucking company or whatever, grassroots or whatever, doing his thing. But I'm like, he seemed like he was still kind of rough around the edges, and I was nervous of that. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, kind of like, nah, because I really don't want to deal with that lifestyle no more. You know what I'm saying? I've dealt with it, and it's not, it never turns out, you know what I'm saying? Well, so, in all, after that whole scenario, went on or whatever. Oh yeah. And then the first time when he wanted to take me out, but he wanted to take me out where his family and stuff was going to be. And it's like, dude, I don't even know if we're going to really formally like each other. So I don't want to go anywhere around your family, and I don't want you to come anywhere around my family. We're just going on a date. We don't even know each other. And I just felt like going around his family, wasn't a good look. I wasn't comfortable. So I basically changed the plan, stood him, however you want to call it. I opted out of that date. So finally, he's just like, I want to, see you in the flesh, la, la, la. So I was like, you know what? Fine. I'll go out with you. Now, I went on ahead and I went out with him, and we had a good date. Like some of the things that he was doing, some of his antics was, I'm like, you know what, maybe, if and this is where, I'm saying, I made my first mistake. Now that I'm playing it back in hindsight, I see where I made my mistake. My first mistake was because I was going to compromise one of my standards. And that was to kind of be like, I won't give him, too much or whatever, I'll give him that, what I'm saying? I'll let him be a little rough around the edges. I'll give him that. No, I said I wanted to be more crisp and put together and more thought out. And that's the way that I should have left it and stuck to it. But in my head and my own reasoning, because we were communicating, we were having like, a good time, at dinner or whatever, and we were able to, converse with each other. I was willing to say, I can try to look over that, right? Guess that was my first mistake. But anywho, we had dinner, we walked around, we got a chance to look through telescopes. I got the opportunity to see Jupiter and Saturn for the first time. And oh my God, my crush on the moon. I have a crush on the moon, y'all. Y'all just do not know. I love the moon, like for real. I think I'm gonna turn into a werewolf one of these days on a full moon. And the next full moon is gonna be in Pisces. on Friday the 13th, going into Saturday the 14th, I will be on the roof of my car, breathing in that good prana and getting me some good old moonlight. And so, yeah, if you guys be outside, send your girl an air dab, boop, boop, because I'm going to be out there. But anyway, back to earth. Come back down, Tamara. Okay, so, anywho, yeah. So we looked through the telescopes. I got the opportunity, to see different things. So we're walking down the walkway of this, it's like an outdoor mall, right? So it was this group playing. They were called the Red Not Chili Peppers. It was so funny, but they were like a spinoff of the Red Hot Chili Peppers, but they're not the Red Hot Chili Peppers, but they were singing like all of the Red Hot Chili Pepper songs. So, they're singing their songs or whatever. So as I'm walking, Scar Tissue comes on. And if anybody knows me personally, you know that Scar Tissue is my favorite Red Hot Chili Pepper song for so many different reasons, right? But it's a song, it's an introverted song, it's an isolation type song, it's a think song, it's a meditation song, it's a deep dive into who you are song, and that's all for me, right? It doesn't have to be for you, but it is for me. So I'm listening to Scar Tissue and I start singing along with it, and he looked at me like, you know this white shit? I'm looking at him like, dude, you don't even know me like that. I have clairaudience. And clairaudience means that I can identify songs like no other. Once again, to know me is to know that about me. And everybody that knows that about me loves me for it. That is one of my gifts. I have clairaudience. I take songs and I apply them to my life. It's songs that have kept me off of people's ass before. Honest to God, I could listen to a song and I could pipe down, I could cry, I could scream, I could smile, I could jump, I could do whatever I need to. I escape in music. Some people escape in sex. Some people escape in books. Some people escape in kicking somebody's ass. Some people escape in gossip. I escape in songs. I escape in my books. I escape in my head. I am a creative being. This brain here does not stop ever. And I don't want it to. I always got something going. I'm good with my hands and I'm good with my mind. And I know how to communicate and convey things. And sometimes when I don't, I can take a song, give it to you, and you will understand exactly where I'm coming from. That's clairaudience. That's what I have. So with that being said, I was kind of insulted that he said it the way that he did, because that's not proper etiquette. And that's what I don't feel like having to teach a man that is 4 years my senior. I should not have to teach you when things are appropriate or inappropriate. We're not close enough for you to tell me that. You're just meeting me. You don't even have the wherewithal to know when to pull back on your statements. So that was another thing that got to me. But I broke it down to him and I said that this song has gotten me through things in my life. Period. You don't need to know everything yet. What is it? They say meat for the adults, potatoes for the kids. I'm giving you potatoes right now because you still at a kid level with me. You haven't grown up to a full adult. You don't need the meat yet. You can't handle the red meat. Got to give you potatoes. So anyway, that was the next thing. So we're walking or whatever one night. And, he's like, I see you got on heels and stuff. You wearing your heels. And I'm just like listening. And it's almost like a juvenile type of situation, because as a 44 going on 45-year-old man or whatever, you just don't think that people, I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but it's just like when a man gets to a certain level in his life, it's just certain things he don't mention, right? I'm thinking you've dated women that have worn heels before, but whatever. Long story short, I thought that it was a situation where maybe I could like kind of mold the clay a little bit, still rough around the edges, but maybe mold into the type of person that I can deal with. But him being a Leo and me being, if I'm not mistaken, excuse me, a Leo is a fixed sign, if I'm not mistaken, but I think they're fire. So fire signs are like real in your face, That's why I don't get along with Aries so much, because they're real like, just like right in your face, whatever, they just, or is it Aries or air sign? I think it's air. I don't know. I'll come back to that one. But if I'm not mistaken, I think Leo is a fire sign, and they're real like, and that fire is fixed. So it's no mutation to that, And if you guys, are aware of the elements or whatever, I'm a heavy water sign, right? I have a Scorpio moon, but I'm a Pisces sun sign. And this is why I say it's so important to get to know your natal charts and know the natal charts of the people that you're dealing with, because water puts out fire. So it was crazy that in our interactions, what he was saying, I was just putting them out. Every time I'm killing it. You're saying some off the wall stuff, I'm going to tell you about it, but not as to check anybody, because he's a grown man. I don't need to be checking a grown man. Plus, I don't want to check anyone that I date. You get what I'm saying? So, anywho, night ends. Seems like maybe it's something I could work with. I call him on the phone. We talk a little bit, whatever. We end up getting off the phone because my sons were helping this gentleman push his bike out of this guy. His light or whatever, his headlight on his bike went out, and it was at night. And he was riding, because I have like a dirt path next to my house, and he was riding through it. And I guess he didn't see the little ditch. He flipped over into it. So my sons had happened to be walking back they had went to the gas station to go get them something to drink. And they saw him when they were walking. So they helped him push his bike out the ditch and, back to the gas station to try to get him some help. So they called me on the phone. So when they called me on the phone, all I heard was bike and crash, right? So I'm on the phone with my sons. I jump in my car to go back. So, at the end of it all, I realized once I got my sons, helped the young man get back to where he needed to be and everything, literally, like, my mind, once I heard something was going on with my sons, my mind kind of just, went blank or whatever. I jetted out to them, got back. I didn't realize until this morning that I told him to hold on and never click back over. I really, truly didn't. So I called him back, this morning later on. I was just like, hey, good morning. How are you? He's like, good, huh? I said, yeah, good morning. Yeah, you ain't never clicked back over last night. I've been up earlier. I started to call you, but you ain't never clicked back over. I said, so you didn't call me because I told you to hold on and I was on the phone with my sons. I said, did you ever stop to think that maybe something might have happened? I ain't even think about it like that. So I'm just like, okay, whatever. Straw that breaks the camel's back. I have been looking for nightstands for the longest, right? But I don't want to pay a whole lot of money for them if I don't have to. So I have some nightstands that I'm going to get if I can't find anything that I want to maybe refurbish or keep, right? Or offer up Craigslist, whatever. I have a king size bed. It's up off the ground high. I want high nightstands. So I found some, right? The lady only wanted like $60 a piece, and they're like 34-inch in height, like perfect, right? But I need a pickup truck to go get them. And right now I don't have a pickup truck. So I'm like, okay, I'll just have to rent a truck. But before I rented the truck, I'm like, you know what? Let me call and see, maybe, because I don't know, he can have more than one car. I don't know. But I'm like, well, let me just call just to see, check, whatever. So I call old boy up and I ask him, I say, hey, quick question. I said, do you happen to have a truck? And he said, well, what do you mean when you say, he said, well, what do you mean when you say truck? I said, like a pickup truck, And he's like, nah, I don't have no pickup truck. I said, well, okay. I said, okay, I was just, checking. He's like, yeah, I used to have a Chevy Silverado, X, Y, and Z. And I traded that in to put the down payment on my pickup truck that I have now. And I'm like, oh, okay. He said, yeah, wish I could help you, but I can't, I can't help you with that. And that right there is what nailed his coffin shut with me. What do you mean you wish you could help me? Dude, I'm not about to be even trying to, and I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. Y'all could call me wrong. I really don't care. But at this point in my life, I am not about to be trying to change no grown ass man around. If you do not recognize that was a pretty selfish thing to say, you couldn't help me, but you didn't have to go on off the deep end with it either, because I don't think it's funny. But I shouldn't have to tell somebody how to carry themselves. Or I shouldn't have to tell someone when it's appropriate for them to say certain things. Because if it was the opposite and it was me he was asking, I would have just simply said, well, you know what? No, I don't have a truck, But I definitely wouldn't have been like, well, I can't help you. I wish I could help you. I don't think that that's cute. I don't think that that's funny. It's irritating to me. And it's not something that I'm willing to deal with. Okay. I don't have time to be going back and forth playing around with dudes. It's crunch time. Either dude's gonna shit or get off the pot. I'm at a point in my life where either I'm gonna be with somebody and be all right, or I'm gonna be by myself and I'm gonna be damn okay. So I'm not worried about it. And I'm not an ugly woman. So if I want to have some quality time with somebody, I'm not gonna have an issue getting that. It's the companionship that I want, but I'm not begging no man for it. And I'm definitely not going to put up with some random dude who ain't never had nothing really in his life because his attitude sucks. I'm not going to put up with that for the rest of my years on this planet, having this human experience, not in this lifetime. So yeah, that's pretty much how my evening went. That's where I am with it. I think one of my sons must have the window open because my door is just off the chain. So if you guys hear it, that's what's banging in the background is my door because it's a draft that when my son has his door open or he has a fan on or whatever back there, it creates a draft and it just hits the door. And because my phone is about to die any second, I didn't want to get up, do all of that, stop my video and not be able to get this out here to you guys. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and get on up out of here, get this video uploaded so you guys can have, time to touch some base with me and let me know, am I tripping or am I too high up on my high horse? And until then, as always, remember to be prolific, be abundant, do something good for yourself, and do something good for somebody else. All right, y'all. Deuces.